Morning Year 3, we're going to be carrying on with our new book Bone Girl this morning, and that's our book all about Mary Anning, so let's pick up where we left off. That winter was the wettest and stormiest the town had known. Great waves smashed the little houses, and the cliffs became softer and more dangerous still. So Mary stayed away. The cold, damp air made Pepper feel ill. He looked old and tired, and sometimes he coughed so loudly that Mary felt afraid. One evening, some rich ladies came to Pepper's workshop. Mary knew who they were, the Philpot sisters who lived together in a fine house high above the town. Scientists, people said. The youngest of the ladies, Annie Philpot, wanted Pepper to build a glass-fronted cabinet. To display curiosities, she said. Mary jumped up. She couldn't believe that someone else was interested in curiosities. "Excuse me," Mary said nervously. "Would you like to see my collection?" And she pulled open the drawer. "Oh," gasped the ladies, "what wonderful fossils!" Fossils? Mary had never heard the word. The Mrs. Philpot smiled. They could see that Mary didn't know much about her collection. "I'll tell you what, Mary," said Annie Philpot. "When Pepper has finished my little cabinet, why don't you bring it to us? We could have some tea, and then we will show you our collection." For 3 long weeks she waited for Pepper to finish the cabinet, but he seemed to be working more slowly than ever. Mary was very worried about him. But at last the elm cabinet was finished. The wood was from the very same tree that had been struck by lightning and had almost killed baby Mary. She thought it was the most handsome thing that Pepper had ever made. Slowly, Pepper wrapped the cabinet in brown paper and tied it with string. His old hands were shaking as he kissed Mary. Mary had never seen anything like the Philpots' house. There were expensive rugs in every room, and maids to serve the tea. Most wonderful of all was the collection of curiosities. The Mrs. Philpot explained that the fossils were the remains of ancient sea creatures that had been preserved in the clay. Everything was so interesting that Mary forgot to be nervous. Then Annie Philpot showed her a huge tooth she had found. "From a great sea monster," she said. She told Mary she believed the rest of the creature was still out there, hidden in the cliffs. "If anyone could ever find that, Mary, that would be the greatest treasure of all."